The capsicums have started setting fruit. As far as insect pressure goes, we were finding sort of a low-level Heliopus egg lay and the odd cluster caterpillar egg mass. We'll just leave it and see how the crop's looking next week. So we're in the zucchini in the untreated. We're still finding Heliopus larvae in the zucchini flowers. There's a big native budworm in there, and you can see it's boring right down to the base of the flower. And then if you move across to this flower, see there's a little Heliopus caterpillar in the base here. It's a smaller size to that big native budworm we were just looking at, so that's come from a different egg lay. You can also see a few thrips in the flower. In the sprayed plot, I think it's about 2 weeks since it was sprayed with Avatar Evo. We're not finding any Heliopus larvae in the flowers still. We've also harvested the fruit from both plots. This is a zucchini fruit that we found, and I think it's Heliopus damage. So the grubs bored in here and the plants responded with this exudate, and then you crack the fruit open. You can see where the caterpillar's been feeding. The main impact of the Heliopus seems to be on eating the flowers. There's quite a few Serpentine Leaf miner adults. That adult pressure doesn't seem to be producing many mines in the leaves, so we're just not doing anything about the leaf miner, but we're just keeping an eye on the crop. There's also quite a smattering of beneficials in the crop, so we're seeing lady beetle adults, lacewing eggs, also lacewing larvae, and spiders may help balance up any pest pressure. So we won't spray this, we'll just see how it looks next week. So we're in the tomatoes, they're setting fruit. So this hasn't been sprayed at all. I think from the last 2 checks we've found Heliopus eggs, and we're not really finding any larvae coming through. There's been another significant egg lay. We're finding quite a few white eggs and the odd brown egg. I suspect commercially a spray would go out, but we're just going to push the relationship and see if the beneficials in the crop pick up those Heliopus eggs. So we'll check it next week and see if any larvae have come through. We're looking at a medium Heliopus larvae here, but it's not acting normally, and the reason why is because it's been parasitised by Microplitus wasp. And this is the pupae of the wasp. It's normally attached to the larvae, and the larvae, because it's been parasitised, it's not feeding voraciously on the crop. So that's a good IPM story. Butternut pumpkins here. There's a little bit of silverleaf whitefly, Serpentine leaf miner adults, but it's all very low pressure and nothing really to worry about. There's also a smattering of beneficials through here, so we'll just keep monitoring, but no spray needed. This is our sweet corn plot. I think we're in the 3rd week from planting. We've just inspected the crop for fall armyworm activity. We can't really find any evidence of egg lays or feeding, so it's pretty quiet really. At this stage of the crop you have to be on the ball to make sure that you haven't got infestations that can take out plants. So we're in the first planting of sweet corn. We didn't think it warranted a spray because it's just had sporadic fall armyworm, very low pressure. The crop's pushing out a tassel now, and this actually these big Heliopus, so that's a big armigera. They need to be controlled because they'll feed on the tassel. So I might actually put an Avatar Evo over this, try and pick up these big grubs before the tassels come out. Yeah, 2 weeks to go before the field day, so we'll see you there.